Have you ever felt the weight of loneliness creeping in as you age? It's a feeling that many seniors experience, especially as family and friends may be farther away or have their own busy lives. As we grow older, the need for companionship doesn't fade, and in fact, it may even intensify. But the good news is, it's never too late to forge new connections and build meaningful friendships. The truth is, building new friendships after 75 can be surprisingly fulfilling, and there are more opportunities around us than we often realize. In this video, we're going to explore 6 powerful and sometimes unexpected ways to make new friends after 75. These are methods that have worked for many seniors, bringing them the joy and connection they've been missing. Whether you've felt isolated or just want to expand your social circle, these steps can help you find like-minded people who bring positivity into your life. So let's get started. The first way to build new friendships after 75 may seem simple but can have a profound impact. It's all about joining clubs or groups with shared interests. You may think that meeting new people in your golden years is challenging, but when you find a group that shares your hobbies or passions, it can feel like reconnecting with your younger self. Think about activities you've always enjoyed or something you've always wanted to try. Whether it's a knitting club, a gardening group, or a book club, finding others who share that interest creates an instant conversation starter and bond. Many communities have local senior groups or centers that host social events, classes, or outings. These environments are perfect for meeting people who are also seeking companionship and have similar life experiences. Take Alice, for example. She had always loved painting but never found the time to pursue it when she was younger. Now, in her late 70s, she decided to join a local art class specifically designed for seniors. Not only did she reconnect with an old passion, but she also made several friends who shared her love of creativity. The beauty of joining such a group is that it allows you to connect with people who already have a common interest, making it easier to bond and start meaningful friendships. The second way to create new connections after 75 is to volunteer. This might sound like a big step, but it's a wonderful way to meet others while also giving back to your community. Volunteering allows you to connect with people who share your values and passion for helping others. It's also an excellent way to feel more engaged with the world around you and fill your life with purpose. Whether it's helping at a food bank, visiting local hospitals, or assisting in a library program, volunteering brings you into contact with others who care about making a difference. Take George, for instance. After he retired, he began volunteering at a local animal shelter. Not only did he make new friends, but he also found a sense of fulfillment in knowing that his time was contributing to a cause he deeply cared about. Volunteering isn't just about helping others, it's also about helping yourself by building connections in a meaningful, fulfilling environment. And now that we've discussed joining a group with shared interests and volunteering, let's move on to another wonderful way to form friendships: technology. It's not just for the younger generation. Embracing technology can open up a whole new world of social opportunities, even for those who may feel a bit intimidated by smartphones and computers. There are various platforms designed for seniors to connect, such as online book clubs, virtual exercise classes, or social platforms where older adults gather to share experiences and advice. Websites like Meetup and Facebook have groups specifically tailored for people over 60, where you can find everything from walking groups to cooking classes. Embracing these tools doesn't have to be overwhelming, and once you get the hang of it, they can provide a steady stream of virtual friendships and real-world meetups. Consider Henry, who never thought he'd be comfortable with technology, but after a few lessons he learned how to use a tablet and join a weekly virtual chess game. He now has friends from all over the country, and what started as a fun hobby soon blossomed into meaningful relationships. Technology, when used to connect, is a powerful tool, and it allows you to meet people from all walks of life, no matter where you live. By now, we've covered the first 3 ways to build new friendships after 75. Joining clubs, volunteering, and embracing technology. Each of these methods has the potential to connect you with others who share similar values, passions, and life experiences. But as we move forward, we'll explore even more creative and surprising ways to build lasting friendships that can enrich your life in unexpected ways. Stay with me as we dive deeper into these enriching possibilities in the next part. Now that we've discussed some great starting points for building new friendships, joining clubs, volunteering, and embracing technology, let's dive into some more creative and often surprising ways you can meet new people after 75. These next ideas might feel a little unconventional at first, but they're all about expanding your social circles in fun, unexpected ways. The fourth way to make new friends after 75 is to become a regular at local events or places. This may sound simple, but think about how many times you've walked past a coffee shop, local market, or park and noticed the same faces. When you start showing up regularly at these spots, whether it's a weekly walk at the park, a monthly farmer's market, or even a local cafe, you'll naturally start to see familiar faces. Over time, small chats can turn into meaningful conversations, and before you know it, you've built new friendships without even trying. Take Ruth, for example. Ruth, a 77-year-old widow, started visiting her local farmer's market every Saturday morning. At first, it was just a way for her to enjoy fresh produce, but after a few visits, she began to strike up conversations with other regulars. She started chatting with Mary, who had a booth selling handmade soap, and soon they were meeting for coffee after the market. What began as a simple habit transformed into a steady friendship that brought Ruth a lot of joy. The beauty of being a regular somewhere is that it provides a routine, and that routine creates opportunities to build rapport with others, making it easier to form friendships. Another unexpected way to form friendships is by learning something new. As we age, it's easy to feel like we've learned everything we need to know, but the truth is, there's always something new to explore. Taking a class or workshop in a subject you've never tried before is not only a great way to keep your mind sharp, but it also exposes you to people who share that curiosity and eagerness to learn. Whether it's a cooking class, dance lessons, or even a photography workshop, putting yourself in a learning environment can lead to forming deep, lasting friendships. Think about Thomas, a 78-year-old who had always been passionate about history but never had the time to explore it deeply. He decided to take a local history class offered by his community center, and what began as a solo learning experience soon became a social one. By the end of the course, Thomas had made friends with his classmates, and they regularly met up to discuss their shared interest in history. In fact, the friendships he made through that class have now become some of his closest relationships, and they often plan trips to historical sites together. The beauty of learning something new is that it brings you into a community of people who are equally eager to grow and expand their knowledge, and from that, friendships can blossom naturally. Now, let's talk about another way to build friendships that may be a little outside the box: getting involved with intergenerational activities. One of the joys of life after 75 is that it offers you the freedom to interact with people of all ages, and connecting with younger generations can be a fulfilling and enriching experience. Engaging with young people, whether through mentoring, volunteering in schools, or participating in community programs designed to connect the older and younger generations, can provide a fresh perspective and allow you to create friendships that defy age. Consider Maria, a retired teacher who began volunteering at a local youth center. She worked with teenagers in a mentoring program, helping them with their schoolwork and sharing life advice. Over time, she formed close bonds with a few of the teens who not only respected her but also sought her out for guidance and support. What started as an opportunity to give back turned into a mutually rewarding relationship. Maria found that connecting with younger generations brought a sense of purpose, and in return, the young people she mentored valued her wisdom and perspective. These intergenerational connections can provide deep, enriching friendships that span across the ages, and they also have the added benefit of bridging generational gaps, creating a more inclusive community. So far, we've discussed 4 fantastic ways to build new friendships: becoming a regular at local events, learning something new, and engaging in intergenerational activities. These methods are all about putting yourself out there in new environments, where relationships can grow naturally over time. But the last way to meet new friends may be the most powerful of all. It's about fostering your existing relationships and nurturing the connections you already have. This is something many seniors overlook, but with a little effort, you can transform old acquaintances into new, meaningful friendships. Stay with me as we dive into the final points in the next part and learn how the power of nurturing your existing social circle can truly enrich your life. Now that we've explored some wonderful strategies for building new friendships after 75, like joining clubs, volunteering, becoming a regular at local spots, learning something new, and even engaging in intergenerational activities. Let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle: nurturing and deepening the relationships you already have. It's easy to focus on the idea of making entirely new friends, but sometimes the friendships that have been in your life for years or even decades can be rekindled and strengthened. Building new bonds doesn't always mean starting from scratch. It can also be about putting a little more time and effort into the connections you've had for a while. One way to nurture these relationships is to make an effort to reconnect with people from your past. Think about old neighbors, distant relatives, or even former colleagues. It's possible that life simply pulled you in different directions over the years, but they might still be open to reconnecting. A simple phone call or an invitation to coffee can open the door to rekindling a friendship that might have faded over time. Maybe it's been years since you spoke to your old neighbor, Betty, but one day you run into her at the grocery store, and the conversation flows as if no time has passed at all. A few days later, you send her a message and you're meeting up for a lunch date. It's that simple act of reaching out that can reignite a bond and bring a lot of joy to both of you. You'll be surprised how many people are waiting for someone to take that first step. Another powerful way to strengthen existing friendships is by being present and consistent. As we get older, life can get busier in ways we don't always expect, but showing up for your friends, whether it's in small or big ways, makes all the difference. It's easy to think that you can catch up later or that it's okay to skip a phone call, but the truth is, staying consistent in your communication is what builds strong, lasting friendships. For example, if you have a friend like Claire who loves to meet for weekly walks but you haven't been making the time, simply showing up regularly will bring a sense of reassurance to both of you. It's the act of prioritizing each other, not just once, but over time, that strengthens your connection. Even sending a quick message to check in or making the time to say, "Let's do something together," is an easy but effective way to build deeper bonds. The little things, consistency and reliability, go a long way in nurturing these relationships. And sometimes it's about embracing vulnerability. Sharing your thoughts, feelings, and even your fears with friends is a wonderful way to connect on a deeper level. It's not always easy to open up, but being honest with your friends about what's on your mind allows them to do the same. When you express your feelings, whether it's about the challenges you face or the joys you're experiencing, it opens up an emotional space where trust can grow. This creates not just friendships, but deep, meaningful connections that can last through all the ups and downs of life. Now, here's something that might surprise you. When it comes to making new friends and building those deep, lasting connections, there's a simple truth. Don't put pressure on yourself to have a best friend or fill your life with constant social obligations. At 75 and beyond, there's a unique freedom that comes with embracing a smaller, more intimate circle of people. Having a few close, reliable friends can be more fulfilling than trying to manage a large group of acquaintances. The quality of your relationships matters more than the quantity. Take Henry's story. He was very active socially in his younger years, but as he aged, he found that having a handful of truly close friends, people he could rely on for support and enjoy meaningful conversations with, was far more satisfying than maintaining a busy social calendar. He started inviting his close friends over for simple activities like cooking dinner together or enjoying a quiet evening watching old movies. What he found was that these moments were richer and more rewarding than any large gatherings he had attended before. Over time, he cultivated a circle of true friends who were there for him during the highs and lows, providing him with a sense of belonging that was just as fulfilling as it was comforting. As we wrap up, remember this: it's never too late to make new friends or strengthen the friendships you already have. Every effort you make, whether big or small, can lead to more meaningful connections and help you create a social network that supports you in your later years. Whether it's reaching out to old friends, joining a new class, or simply showing up for someone in need, every step you take brings you closer to the rich companionship that you deserve. So, I encourage you to take one small action today, whether it's sending a text to an old friend or signing up for a local event, and see where it takes you. Remember, friendships are built on moments of connection, and even a few small steps can have a profound impact on your social life and overall well-being. As you take these actions, remember that you're not just making friends, You're enriching your life and embracing the beautiful possibilities that come with every new connection. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more tips on living your best life after 75. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Have you found new friendships after 75? Or do you have tips for building lasting connections in your later years? Leave a comment below and let's keep this conversation going. Here's to living a life full of meaningful relationships at every age.
you.